Hello and welcome to the next part of the Hollow Knight 90% tutorial. This time we'll be covering Watcher Knights and the few things that come after up to Lantern. It's just very little movement with two tricks being Rafter Skip, Not Too Easy, and Fireball, and then a run killer being Watcher Knights, which will kill runs even for better runs. But yeah, we just start by walking to the arena, and if you're low on soul you can just arena these two watchers at the same time, and if you're low on health also heal there. You could also take this watcher that are very close together, but does not really matter. What you try to do is just open the fight with the Dream Nail if you're low on soul, and then a Nail Slash and a Fireball, and then try to get to the other side. But be careful, if they jump they can hit you. So, watchers, in my opinion, not easy really to explain what you're doing, because Watchers is a very annoying fight and kind of, you could say, RNG depending, because Watchers, depending on what patch you are, have 3 or 4 attacks, 3 on 1-4-3-2 and a 4th one on 1-5. The 3 attacks being what you now see: the Nail Slash, the roll across the arena, and the jump. You prefer to see Nail Slashes because in the other 2 states you can't hit them with your nail, because then you have to have soul, and yeah, don't always have soul. On 1-5 you also have a back roll, which is very difficult to anticipate because it just looks like the normal roll there, but you don't know if it will be going back or forwards, so very annoying there. But yeah, like I said, the most important thing in my opinion for watchers is learning to anticipate what attack they're doing, because then you know if you should be dodging right now, like jumping over a roll or dashing below them, or if you can actually deal damage. The jump attack, in my opinion, easy to dodge, but not much you can do otherwise, because you can't really hit it. Soul, you can fireball it, but we get to one you want to fireball in a bit. The Nail is, in my opinion, the best attack because you gather soul, you can fireball. Wonderful, that's what we need. We want to deal damage, of course. There we saw on 1-4-3-2 sometimes the watcher also can roll back into the wall. I don't know what triggers it necessarily, also difficult to anticipate. And for the roll attack, what you can do is just, when you jump over, as soon as you get behind it, fireball and hope for a double hit, but not guaranteed necessarily that you get it. To get to damage for watchers, what you try to do is, of course, get your soul by nail slashing, and don't just fireball one watcher. Try to hit the watchers simultaneously, because we want to spread out the damage so that they spawn in at the same time after. So if you get to the second pair, try to kill them at the same-ish time. Just say it's a bit, since the next 2 pair will also spawn in and not have a complete desync. Because we like it when, I don't know if we'll see it here, but we like it when the watchers stack, so that they are basically on top of each other, like there. We kind of can hit, maybe, depending on how close we are and how close they are, hit both of them with the nail, but have no problems hitting them with the nail. Like here, we can hit both of them with the nail and fireball. Very good for the damage and also for sinking. There you saw me misjudge the range of my VS. We get to the range after this fight, but VS, of course, does not have infinite range, so you have also to know your fireball range, of course, then, because otherwise you could be wasting. They are another wonderful stack, but like I said, Watchers is just a fight you have to practice a lot and get used to, because it's difficult, because it's just 5 bosses with mad times to heal in between. But yeah, now, for fireball range. There you heard 3 ticks, so it hit the last watcher but not any further. let's do this for better representation, because we stood at the left side of the watcher and we only had 3 ticks again, so it just got to the third watcher there and no further. You have to keep this distance in mind, because otherwise you will just be wasting valuable damage. There you saw me getting double hits on the back roll, on the rolls there. If they roll to the wall, it's a bit difficult sometimes to get double hits, because they will bump into the wall and then, yeah. If you got hit, spawning in for the watchers is always a good time to heal if you have the soul. And then, I don't know if I play this a bit more recklessly and just try to show heals, but healing on watchers is also something you have to know when you can. Here, for example, you can heal there. You could also have healed instead of attacked with the fireball. And then on there it was a bit risky to heal, because, like I said, if you start healing before they're launching an attack, you could very well get hit. Just something that is, because you don't know if they will roll or jump or nail slash. Of course, never start hitting close to a watcher if they did not just end an attack, because there's a bit of delay, of course, for their attacks. And yeah, just you have to get to know when you can heal and when you should probably go for damage. And it was just the last watcher. You can heal basically in between every attack, because there's a decent amount of attack delay, and then just slowly finish off the watcher, or yeah. But anyways, when you're done with the fight, we wait for the gate to open. I use this as an audio cue for my dash, just when this, I don't know what instrument is, as at its loudest in my opinion, you can just start dashing and then jump out. And now we head up to Lyrian, and just ignore the elevator as always, because fuck elevators, are slow. At the top of this tiny climb, you have to be careful not to bonk your head into the ceiling there and just jump around it, but also jump off high enough, otherwise you will not reach the wall and just slide off again. So when we get out, we call up the elevator for something in a bit, walk up to the pedestal, and that brings us in Dreamlight range. Now it's just 4 simple dashes across, and then 10 nail hits, and then we will start focusing. So very simple. Nothing special hidden here, of course. And as soon as the animation starts, in my opinion, is a very good time where you can just stretch your hands a bit, maybe, or not only your hands, maybe stretch yourself a bit, drink something, if it's close by, because the animation, of course, is not that long, I think. 20-ish seconds or so you have there. Where the timer, at this point the timer stopped for a bit because of auto splitter. But then, as soon as we wake up, we go towards the elevator, and basically 2 ways getting down there. 1, you could just fall. 2 is abusing hitboxes and just opening your inventory, and then we get pushed off, because it uncaps the fall speed. It's wonderful because it's a very long way down. And I just opened let me show the hitbox for a bit to just kind of visualize what is happening. I don't know how to properly explain it. So the lower rectangle you have there is just what pushes you off, because you are then kind of getting squished in between the wall there and between the elevator. What you could also do instead is getting pushed off is try to inventory drop off there, which you can do, not a must, more difficult. And there you have to get the timing, otherwise for the elevator you just have to know your positioning. Just walk to the left part of the elevator, like left of the metal pole I try to aim. Not too far, because then you either walk off or you just normally inventory drop, also possible. But there, you see, we just get not necessarily pushed off and rather warped off, because the game can't squish us in between there anymore, so decides to push us left because we are more free spaces to the left there, because that is also not moving. And then it's very simple. Currently I'm trying to fail it actually for something I will show in a bit. There you see, you can get you can get pushed into the wall. That was fine, I was able to walk out. Not always the case, we get to that later. And like I said, I'm currently trying to fail it on purpose to demonstrate what can happen. And I keep not failing it, so very simple, very lenient. And what can happen though is that when you're too far to the right, you saw me earlier get pushed into the wall, but I was able to walk out. That is not always the case. Here you now see I'm stuck in there, I'm soft blocked, I can't get out. I can't jump, I can't dash out of there. If that happens, if that happens in a run, you just save and quit, get up, do it again. If you want to, or just do it normally. So, now let's continue. We just, once again, hit down the elevator, get pushed off, wait till we hit the floor, and then dash out of there. Next is just, in itself 2 dashes, then collect the hollowness seal up there, dash off there, pogo the chest, collect all the geo, because we do need some geo, but you should be fine with the route that I'm showing. There you once again can either dream nail drop or inventory drop. Inventory drop is, in my opinion, I like it more, but different people have different tastes. There, once again, me trying to demonstrate it with dashing out, but once again, I don't like to kind of out of the static try to get the inventory drop. Yeah. But this once again shows inventory drops are not easy to get, it's timing specific. Or like you saw me do earlier the entire time, just fall down. Yeah, I don't know why I keep trying. Anyways, but you then just go off here as well, and then on the way down, in theory, if you'd be on 1.5, you could squeeze in between the elevator. There you see why you don't want to land in the spikes and rather head left if you can't squeeze in between there, because the last save point is up there. Now, after this, it's just dash through here. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but if you're inconsistent with Watcher Knights and don't go for top tiles, call the elevator down instead of leaving it up, because if you die, you get back up there. Now you just see me doing a few hops and dashes, collect a bit of soul, because depending on, if you don't necessarily need it, but for example here you can just then fireball the lever lads, hit the lever, because now we first have to talk to them, because after Dreamer Lem of course is not in his shop anymore, and then talk to them, head towards the rafters in city, on the way hit down the elevator, and now we get to rafter skip. First I will be demonstrating, if you don't want to learn rafter skip or have issues with learning it, it's just a simple way of doing it. So we just head all the way left, which we'll also be doing later. So just left, hit the elevator down, leave the room, enter the room again, so the elevator will be down and we don't have to wait. Do a wall jump, pogo, and then just get up there. Very simple. And then we do one simple pogo on the either the grounded sentry or the rava to get to the upper part of the platform. You could also go around, but that's slow. Then don't hold right here because you will fall down. Now we will be getting to rafters, or left side rafters. In theory is something called right side rafters, but it's RNG dependent and difficult. So what you need is one soul cast. So we start with a full jump to get the eventually high, do another full jump, try to dodge it first and then get hit at the apex, pogo, then stall with the fireball to retain height, pogo again as soon as you can, and wall jump off the wall there, and then depending on the positioning of the sentry you have to just get over it. Yeah, in itself not too bad. So, to get consistent with rafters, you have to understand why we do the things we do there. So we try to land on this tiny pole thing to alert the Vengefly, and then the full hop is just to get the Vengefly high, and then another full jump, because we want to get hit as high as you can. Then we pogo, the damage tank is for additional height, the pogo of course height, and then the fireball is to retain the height so we can actually reach the platform with the next Pogo. And then after that we just pick up the seal as always, head right towards Lem, don't get hit by the sentry there, open the lever, and then since my save states are built older from even the old route, I have one seal too many now, but you should have one journal, 2 Hollow Nest seals, and then you just sell your one journal that you picked up on the way in city, and then the 2 Hollow Nest seals, the one you got from Watchers and the second one you just picked up. Ignore me having 3. So you now should be around 2,300 geo-ish, but you need, I think, 207? No, you don't. Anyways, so I save states, I of course forget my elevator is still up, otherwise you can just drop down there and dodge the elevator and done. If you didn't kill the levelets, don't forget they exist. Don't walk into them. And then just a few pokers there to get across them. You can also kill them, but you don't need to. Then it's just one dash on the ground to do a full jump and then dash over the Garrett Huss sentry. We go underplat here, and then we just go to the next room. So, 2 things you could do is either you could do what I will be doing now, just jump and dash below in the murky water and then go around, jump up, done. Or you could do the fun thing that is called Photoshop jump, where you just see me do now, is just jump and reach the ledge. It's called Photoshop jump because it's decently precise, so you see me jump very late again, and then dash and immediately jump off the wall and done. In my opinion, not too difficult, but I maybe say that because I'm used to it. And yeah, instead of course going around this wall because you just saw me bonk my head 20 times, you could also just jump onto that platform. If you go for the Photoshop jump, one other thing you could do is just instead of going right, go left, and then don't have to worry about bonking your head. Now we will be getting to Fire Bell. We start by now buying the station and then look down twice, dash back a bit, fireball, and leave the room and re-enter. The reason we hit the bell with fireball, of course, is because we want to call the stake in, and by leaving the room, the stake will be already there when we get back and we don't have to wait for it. So, and then we would just, of course, stake, but let's do this one more time. So just, I think 1 knot would also be enough, but look down twice, dash back a bit. You don't need to do a hop there, but I just like doing it. Then we re-enter, and we would talk to the stack and leave. The reason we do it is now, otherwise it's very slow. The look down for some reason makes the bell appear faster, which you now see. We have to wait a long time otherwise. And then dashing out and re-entering back there because it takes a while for the stack to spawn in, then just down once to get back to Dirtmouth station. We go to Dirtmouth, and yeah, that's already it. Just leave the station bench here for later, go to Sly, we quickly talk to Sly, don't dash there otherwise you will end up behind Sly, buy the lantern, don't buy the mouse shard, and that's it. So, you see me now being at 266 geo. What you need here is, I think you get 86 geo later, you will be paying 50 now. I think you need right around 220-ish geo at this point. So, what did we do? We did a bit of movement, we did a bit of one boss fight that will be a bit of gatekeeping you from finishing runs, and then just a bit of movement, another trick that needs a bit of practice. But that will already be it. Next time we will be doing Crystal Peak, and yeah, thanks for watching this part of the tutorial, and goodbye.